Hello, my lovelies. It's Susanna, and today I want to show you something that I never came across during my math studies. Not at school, not at university. It is this expression here that we just have to calculate. But what is it? It looks pretty similar to 2 to the power of 4. But this here is definitely something different than this thing here, because here we have the 4 on the right side and not on the left side. But just to repeat it again, what is 2 to the power of 4? It means that we take the base, the 2, and multiply it by itself. So 2 times 2 times 2 times how often? Until we see 4 of these 2's here, so one more time. So exponentiation is the repetition of multiplication. Okay, but what is this here then? This is the so-called tetration. It's also called the fourth tetration of 2, sometimes also noted as 2 double up arrow 4. And it's not the repetition of multiplication, like in this case, but the repetition of exponentiation. So we take the base, and instead of times 2 times 2, we raise this number now to the power of itself again. So we have 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2. How often? Until we see 4 of these 2's, so one last time. And before we calculate this here now, just for you to see these different levels, this here is the repetition of exponentiation. This here is the repetition of multiplication. And then there is another level where you have the repetition of addition. So if you have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, then you can also write this as 4 times 2, which means here the first level is the multiplication, which is the repetition of addition. The next level is exponentiation, which is the repetition of multiplication then. And the next level is the tetration, where we have the repetition of exponentiation. Okay, but now let's calculate this beautiful power tower that we have here. The rule is that you always have to start from the right side. So if there are no parentheses in here, usually you might see parentheses, then you have to start with the parentheses. But if there are no parentheses at all, the rule is to start from the right. So we have to start with 2 to the power of 2 here first. So that we have this here, 2 to the power of 2, but 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. Now, a smaller power tower, same rule, we have to keep going from the right side. So 2 to the power of 4 first, which means we have 2, and 2 to the power of 4, perfect, we already had it here, so this is equal to 16, so that we have 2 to the power of 16, which is a pretty large number. It is 65,536. So you can see that this result of the fourth tetration of 2 is way bigger than this result here from 2 to the power of 4. So it's definitely not the same. But I also want to show you what would happen at this step here with this power tower if you didn't know the rule that you would have to start from the right side. So let's take this power tower and let's see what happens if you just don't know about this rule and just start from the left side. So as if there were parentheses here. You would start with 2 to the power of 2, which is equal to 4. And then you would still have to the power of 2 and to the power of 2. Then you have a new power tower, but you're like, I started from the left side, so I have parentheses here. I start with 4 to the power of 2, which equals 16, and then I only have all of this raised to the power of 2 left, and 16 squared equals 256. And you can see this is definitely not the same result. So this is not correct. You always have to start from the right side, and it really makes a difference if you don't do this. Okay, let's get used to this notation with different examples. Something like 3 tetrated to 2. What does it mean now? We know that we take the base, the 3, and raise it to the power of itself, so raise to the power of 3. How often? Until we have 2 of these 3's. We are already done with this, so this is a small power tower. It's just a normal power. 3 to the power of 3 is 3 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 27. And the last example, if we switch these two numbers, so if we have 2 tetrated to 3, then this means we take the base, the 2, and raise it to the power of itself, raise to the power of 2, raise to the power of 2, until we see 3 of these 2's. And now we start from the right side. We know that now. So we have to start here so that we keep our base. 2 to the power of 2 equals 4. 2 to the power of 4, we already had that. This was 16. I hope you learned something new today. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of tetration before. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care.